Hello, and welcome once again to the Axe 15 Network. I'm Brian Reeves, and Mark Clark is here with me. We're bringing you the game tonight between the Nettleton Raiders and the Westside High School Warriors. Mark, this is a big crosstown rivalry for both teams. What can we expect tonight?
Well, Brian, this is a big game for two reasons. First of all, as you mentioned, it is a crosstown rivalry. These kids see each other every week. They're going to have to hear from each other after this game, regardless of who wins. So it's a big game from that respect. And second of all, it's a conference game. Both teams had real tough losses in the rain last week. Nettleton lost to Pocahontas. Westside lost to Highland, both in real close games in the rain. So they start off the conference season 0-1. So this is really a crucial game for both teams in regards to the conference race.
And now joining us is Coach Daryl Dover from Nettleton. Coach,
Good doing.
nice to see you. Now, Coach, was it hard to get your team fired up for this big rivalry?
Well, I think that anytime you play a team that's located in the same city, it gets your kids' attention a little bit easier. We've had 4 tough football games and used a lot of emotion, but I think our kids will respond to that.
Coach, the first game we did with y'all, we couldn't help but notice Jason Marshall on defense making a lot of big plays. On virtually every tackle. We noticed that you've moved him to fullback this week.
Well, Jason's an outstanding football player and gives us a lot on defense. And we need to run our offense. You need someone at the fullback spot that can block, and he can do that. So we're hoping he'll give us a lift offensively. We haven't played as well offensively as we need to.
Well, good luck to you, Coach.
Appreciate y'all being here.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Glad to be here.
And we'll be right back with the kickoff after these messages.
Andy Foreman.
Hello and welcome to Raider Field. I'm Brian Reeves and Mark Clark is here with me. Bringing the game, we're getting ready for the coin toss. Captains for tonight's game for Nettleton is number 51, Michael French, and number 89, Clint Whitmire. And for Westside is number 10, Clayton Cobb, and number 41, Andy Foreman. Referee is John Hozinski displaying the coin toss. Mark, we're looking.
You can choose to kick, receive, or choose a goal, whatever you want. They want the football. That means you're going to have to kick it. Okay, put your back to that side if you will, please, and you stay here. Okay, Nettleton won the toss, and they defer. Westside will receive at the north end. Okay, good luck to both teams now, fellas. Good luck.
Mark, we're going to have a good game on hand tonight. It's got a little breeze coming out, but it looks like it's going to be another good night for football.
Well, it's a great night for football, Brian. I'm not sure if that is to Westside's advantage. We had some, thunderstorm warnings earlier today. That might have been the best thing that could have happened to Westside. Nettleton coming off a tough loss to Pocahontas, a game they could have won, opening the conference. They have Westside in numbers and personnel. Could be a long night for Westside.
We'll go ahead and set the Westside offense for you. Andy Foreman, he's number 41. Chad Grove, he's number 44, he's a right tackle. Eric Johnson is right guard, he's number 54. Center is Stephen Bonham, he's number 75. Left guard is Jason James, he's number 63. Left tackle is Troy Bullock, number 62. Tight end is Greg Thetford, he's number 85. Split end is Shelby Griffin, number 19. The quarterback is Clayton Cobb, number 10. Fullback is Eric Joplin, number 35. And the tailback is Brad King, he's number 34. And lining up for Nettleton on defense, tackle is Trey Foster, number 78. The nose guard is John Stotts, number 63. Defensive end, Chris Coggins, number 72. Defensive end, Michael French, number 51. Linebacker, Jason Marshall, number 32. Brandon Meredith, linebacker, he's number 33. Dave McGough, number 88, linebacker. Linebacker is Jimmy Van Dorn, number 61. Cornerback is Tim Peel, he's number 22. Cornerback is Preston Ergel, number 24. And Andy Shatley is the free safety, he's number 12.
Well, Brian, it's going to be real crucial if Westside's going to be in this game to get something going in the air, I believe, because Nettleton's shown all year long that they have a real strong rush defense behind big linebacker Jason Marshall, who's, as we mentioned before the game, is in on virtually every play. He's real aggressive, has a nose for the football. Westside's going to have to get something going through the air if they're going to stay in the ball game.
And Westside just took the field as they take their place to receive Shatley's kickoff. Shatley's going through count and make sure he has 10 other men out there besides himself. Back deep to receive the kickoff for Westside is Brad King, number 34.
Andy Shatley. Deep to receive the kickoff will be 34, Brad King. And 41, Andy Foreman.
Shatley set. Westside set. Here goes the ball game. He's got a good kick. King takes it at the 3-yard line. He breaks it up the middle. He's still on his feet. He finally gets brought down at the 30-yard line.
On the return, Brad King.
Well, Brian, I believe it was Johnny Harrison who just wouldn't let go, had him by the ankle, and finally got some help from the rest of the Nettleton Raiders and brought King down.
The ball was spotted on the 29-yard line.
There's a shot of the Nettleton cheerleaders. Still trying to raise money for their trip to Japan.
Looks like Tim Peel's hurt already, Brian.
Ball hadn't even been in play yet, and Tim Peel is already coming off the field.
Well, they got an ample replacement here. Senior Scott Holden. We've seen him showing some fire early in the season. A little emotional leadership coming onto the field.
Westside already making a substitution. Clayton Cobb comes under Bonham. Hands off to King. He gets about 2 yards before he's brought down.
King on the carry, gain of 2 yards. On the tackle, Trey Foster.
Brings up 2nd and 7 now for the Warriors.
Some of the happy Nettleton fans.
Second down, 8 yards.
Clayton Cobb comes under center again for the Warriors. Delayed handoff there.
Well, Brian, I think we'll see a lot of misdirection from Westside.
Gain of 2 yards.
Different formations, some stuff we probably haven't seen before.
On the tackle,
Not sure what that formation was. Looked like somewhat like an I formation with an extra back just kind of stuck in there.
There's Eric Joplin on the carry. Brings up 3rd and 5 now for the Warriors. Nettleton defense has been holding strong so far.
Well, as I said, Brian, the run defense has been their strength this year.
Cobb back
There's
to
a wobbly pass.
And it falls incomplete. It's off the hands of Greg Thetford, tight end.
pass intended for
Well, Brian, not a very good pass, but a pass that should have been caught. Right in the hands of Thetford. He just couldn't make the play.
4th and 5 now for the Warriors.
And it's good to see Tim Peel back on the field, Brian. Apparently the injury wasn't anything too serious.
In punt formation, Chad Grove. Back to receive the punt, Andy Shatley.
Well, there you have it. Chad Grove set to punt the ball to Andy Shatley. Takes a Warrior bounce. And it's finally stopped at the 36-yard line. Nettleton take over, 1st and 10.
The ball will be
9:58 to go.
at the 36-yard line.
Brian Nelson's going to start out in good field position. See if they can cash in early here on the Westside Warriors.
You know, Nettleton's defense sure did hold tight that time, Mark.
Yeah, they really did, Brian. The rush defense, as I keep saying, is their strength. I'm looking forward to see one of the strengths of the rush defense at fullback tonight. You know, as hard as Jason Marshall plays on defense, I'm anxious to see how hard he's going to run.
Andy Shatley under center now for the Raiders. He hands off to Tim Peel.
Hand off to Tim Peel.
He's up across the 40-yard line. Got 5 yards on the carry. 2nd and 5 now.
Made by Eric Joplin.
There you see right there, you know, Marshall doing a good job blocking.
Second down, 6 yards.
Gave Peel a little room to get a nice gain on really a play that didn't seem to have anything.
Shatley under center again. Peel with the carry. He breaks outside, and he's brought down for a loss, for no gain.
Tim Peel on the carry, no gain. On the tackle, Eric Joplin.
Brian, he might have gained a yard on
6 yards.
on it. For that effort, you got to give him a yard. I tell you what.
Well, you see 8:50 to go in the first quarter. Still no score.
Brian, something Marshall going to fullback does for Nettleton. It gives him another weapon from the receiving corps. It enables him to move Ziffel back to the receiving corps.
And Shalley's back to pass for the first time. He pulls it down and he keeps it. And it looks like he might have gotten a first down.
On the carry, Andy
Sure did,
Shalley.
Brian.
A pickup of 6 yards.
And indeed he does.
That's something
Andy Foreman on the tackle.
that Shatley's passing ability opens up for him a lot when he rolls out. These opposing teams have so much respect for his passing ability. A lot of times they'll give him that open running lane. And there you saw it, about a 5 or 6 yard gain.
1st and 10 now for the Raiders. Shalley looking over the Warrior defense.
And there's our first look at Jason Marshall, a 9 yard
On the carry,
gain.
fullback Jason Marshall, a pickup of 9 yards. On the tackle,
That's a big play for
Eric
Marshall.
Joplin.
Just running straight over everybody.
Well, Brian, he just has something that you can't teach. He's got, that hard-nosed desire for the game.
2nd and 1 now for the Raiders. There's Marshall again. He breaks it for a big one. He gets up to the 34-yard line for yet another Raider first down.
On the carry, Jason Marshall, pickup of 11 yards. First down.
Well, Brian, Coach Dover might have found a weapon
Shelby Griffin on the tackle.
quite by accident. I was talking to a Nettleton fan earlier in the week, and he was telling me that Jason Marshall was an up back on a kickoff last week against Pocahontas and received a short kick and just basically ran over several players on a kickoff return. Coach Dover might very well have seen that and found himself a fullback.
There's Marshall again. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On the carry, Jason Marshall, a pickup of 8. On the tackle, Chad Grove. Second down, 2 yards.
Brian, the middle of the Nettleton line is just blowing Westside off the ball right now.
That's number 24, Preston Ergle on the carry. Got a first down for the
On the
Raiders.
carry, Preston Ergle, first down, Raiders.
That's their 3rd first down of this drive so far.
Well, Brian, they're marching right down the field, and we've yet to see a pass from the heralded Nettleton passing attack.
Spot the ball at the 21-yard line of the west side. Shalley's looking over the defense. And we got a penalty on the play. What will it be?
Defense, 5 yards.
Encroachment against the Warriors, 5-yard penalty.
Trying to gain a little advantage. They're finding they need any advantage
First
they
and 5
can
for
get.
the
Brian.
Raiders.
1st and 5 now for the Raiders. Shalley under center. There's Marshall again.
Just like a bulldozer.
He got another first down for the Raiders.
On the carry, Jason Marshall, a pickup of 7 yards. A
First-
Raider first down.
1st and goal at the 9-yard
Shelby Griffin on
line.
the tackle for the Warriors.
Well, Brian, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Nelson's keeping the ball on the ground, getting
First and
some
goal for the Raiders at the
good
9-yard
yardage.
line.
Marshall and Peel in the backfield behind Chatley. Pitch goes to Tim Peel. He cuts it back inside.
nice run by Tim Peel.
He was held on to just by about every lineman that Westside could bring, and he still managed to keep going
Tim Peel
forward.
on the carry. A
Showed
pickup
us
of 6
some
yards.
Victor Henderson moves.
On the tackle for Westside, Shane Myatt.
Kind of similar to the moves we saw from Newport quarterback earlier in the year.
2nd and goal now from the 2-yard line.
Jason Marshall, you think?
I might think so.
Oh, I believe Nelson's going to get flagged for this one. No, that's not going to be the call.
On first, encroachment on the defense.
Encroachment against the Warriors. Half the distance to the goal.
I thought they might have caused Nelson to jump there. I
From
didn't
1 yard line.
realize that they'd crossed the ball.
2nd goal from the 1 now.
That could change things. Might see a quarterback sneak. Although I'd kind of like to see Marshall get the ball here.
And indeed he does get it. And he's in for the score.
Jason Marshall on the third.
Well, Brian, it didn't take Jason Marshall long to get his first touchdown as a fullback. First drive, 6 points.
Not a bad way to start. Westside's now on top. Westside's down, I'm sorry, 6-0 to the Nettleton Raiders. Shatley's getting set to kick the extra point.
Just a fine job of ball control there. On the ground every play, just hard-nosed, smash-mouth football.
As David McGough, number 88, enters the game.
That would delay a game.
Dead ball, too much time for the Raiders. Be a 5-yard penalty.
That 20-yarder wasn't much of a challenge. Let's try it from 25.
As Shatley sets up for David McGough's hold. And it's good. Raiders are up 7-0 now. Has 5:16 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Raider Field. Andy Shatley set to kick off after Jason Marshall's touchdown. Nettleton's now on top 7-0. Brad King's back deep for Westside. Westside finally gets a hand on it. Coming straight up the middle. He gets up to the 33-yard line before he's finally brought down.
Whitmire on the hit there.
That's number 41, Andy Foreman.
Good hard running for Andy Foreman.
On the tackle by the Raiders, Clint Whitmire.
Well, Brian, I think we do need to say that Westside's a little short-handed tonight. They got several players that are unable to play because of injuries.
There's some former Raiders on the sidelines.
And some future Raiders.
Former Raiders, future Raiders. I'm sorry. Cobb back to pass. And it's intercepted.
That's Brandon Meredith, wasn't it, Brian?
And indeed it was. Brandon Meredith with the pick.
That was a perfect pass from Cobb. Brandon Meredith didn't have to move at all.
And we have a flag on the play.
We're going to run in.
Flag on the play.
Let's go back 15. Give us the ball.
It looks like it might be on Nettleton.
On the 36. Come on. All right, we have a clip on the black team during the return. 15-yard penalty from the spot.
Oh, so Brian, it's a post-possession foul, so Nettleton will get to keep the ball.
Nettleton takes over from the Warrior 36-yard line.
Oh, Brian, I wish our camera crew could have caught the shot after that kickoff, seeing some of Axe's people doing more than just working for Axe. Joshua Jackson there ran out on the field and got the tee, helping the crew out, doing a little bit of everything tonight.
There's Marshall again.
Jason Marshall for 3 yards.
2nd and 7 now for the Raiders.
On the tackle Troy Bullock.
.4:15 to go in this first quarter. Nettleton's on top of Westside, 7-0.
And on the doorstep again.
Tim Peel with the pitch.
Well, Brad King did a good job there, Brian. He was trying to make something happen. Trying to strip the ball from Tim Peel there.
Pick up of 1 yard.
Well, as you see, 3:48 to go. 7-0 our score. Nettleton's on top.
Brian, we might see the first pass of the game from Andy Shatley here with a 3rd and about 8 to go. And early in the season, David McGough has become his favorite target.
Hands off goes to Tim Peel. He breaks it up the middle.
Well, I guess if it's not broke, don't fix it. They stayed on the ground. Got a first down.
Brad King put a good shot on Peel, but Peel still managed to get the first down.
Another Raider first down. Probably spotted on the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 from the Warrior 23 with 3:15 to go. Shatley back to pass. There's Scott Holden. Well, all alone, he got the touchdown.
All by himself, Brian.
Touchdown, Raiders.
I don't know. That was on the end of the field nearest to the concession stand. Maybe the secondary went to get some popcorn or something because Scott Holden was all by himself.
He must have.
Touchdown pass for the Nettleton
Puts
Raiders.
Nettleton up 13-0 now in this first quarter.
Make the most out of your first pass, Brian. Touchdown.
Shatley on to attempt the extra point now.
Point for the Raiders will be Andy Shatley, holding David McGough.
David McGough to hold.
Looked like it might have been blocked, Brian.
And it's no good.
The score, the Nettleton Raiders,
Wide to the
13,
left,
the Westside Warriors
said referee
0.
John Hazinski. With 2:56 to go in the first quarter, 13-0 score. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Raider Field. Nettleton's on top of Westside, 13-0 with 2:56 to go in the first quarter. You know, Mark, Shatley has a great passing percentage so far in this game.
100%, Brian. Just a little fake handoff, kind of bootleg left, holding wide open in the left corner of the end zone.
Shatley set to kick off again.
It was John Stotts that made the initial hit there for Nettleton, I
Shelby
believe.
Griffin on the return. Tackle made by Jason Marshall.
Oh, excuse me, Jason Marshall.
There's
Thought
that
I
name again.
I thought I saw a
It'll
63
be 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
get
at
a
the
hand in
27-yard
there.
line.
1st and 10 from the 27 for the Warriors. As they're struggling to get across midfield, they have not yet to break it.
Yet to get a first down, Brian. But really just one possession, 2 possessions, but second possession, one intercepted pass.
Clayton calls timeout for Westside.
Well, they look like a little confusion there, Brian. He didn't like what he saw. Some of the Nettleton staff there up top.
You may purchase a video copy of tonight's game for $20.
Looks like Coach Dover and
Coach
Jim
Dover and Jim
Wiseman.
Wiseman.
At 9:17.
Getting the bird's eye view.
Tonight's game will be replayed Saturday morning on X 15, 10 a.m.
We'd like to say thanks to our crews making this game possible. Our producer and director is David Jackson. Running the cameras are Larry Harper and Mike Gibson. Aaron Hunt and Joshua Jackson are special helpers this game. And Nick Snow is also on the camera. Great job, guys, keeping everything in focus and bringing it to you on Acts 15.
And Brian, looks like Westside might have things straightened out now. Cobb did a good job of calling timeout, though. You know, things are a little hectic out there and definitely could not afford another mishap. Still early in the game now, though.
Cobb under center now. Handoff goes to number 34, Brad King. Give him 1 yard on the carry. 2nd and 9.
Brad King on the carry, a gain of 1 yard.
Brown, there's an unhappy Warrior. It kind of says the story of the game thus far.
Second and 9 now for Westside as they trail 13-0 in this first quarter of action from Raider Field. I'm Brian Reeves and Mark Clark is here with me. Brad King on the carry again.
Well, Brian, Westside's trying a lot of misdirection from the quarterback, and the plays are really just too slow developing right now.
A gain of 1.
Nettleton's defense is having no problem shutting down these running plays.
3rd and 8 now for Westside. Westside breaks huddle. Clayton Cobb gets under center. He's back to pass again. Brad King with the reception. He's hit once in the backfield. Still on his feet. But he's short of the first down.
Pass complete to Brad King.
There's a shot of the player cam up on Nettleton's sideline. Wondering when he's going to get to go ahead and play.
Well, King did a good job running then. Just couldn't run away from all that Nettleton pursuit. Broke a couple tackles, but wasn't able to get the first down. I believe Brendan Meredith was smelling another interception there, Brian. He kind of broke past King there on the play.
4th and 2 for Westside, and they're going for it on 4th down.
This just isn't very smart football here, Brian. And they're not going to get the first down.
Brad King is stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Not very smart football.
Raiders take over on downs.
Matter of fact, a loss of a little bit on that play, Brian.
1st and 10 for Nettleton from the Westside 35-yard line.
You know, you're already in your own territory, already down 13-0. But it is early in the game. You got plenty of time, but you can't afford to give a team great field position and an opportunity for a 3rd touchdown here early in the game.
Shalley comes under center now. Referees stop the game momentarily.
I think we got some equipment problem there. One of the Westside players had a problem with a chin strap or a mouthpiece or something. Got to get somebody else in there.
There's some happy Nettleton fans.
There's Josh Jackson right there and Aaron Hunt, our two special helpers.
Look like Jonathan Snow is also there with him.
Those guys do a good job.
Shalley back to pass again.
He's got
Scott
him
Holden. Oh!
It was there. Just threw a fade there to Scott Holden. Scott Holden running a fly.
2nd down.
Holden gave a good effort. He got stretched out, but just couldn't hang on to it.
It was where you wanted to be, on that outside shoulder where no one could catch the pass except for Holden. One of the youngest Raiders here, Brian.
I believe so. 2 seconds to go in this first quarter.
This will be the last play of the first quarter, unless we see a defensive penalty.
Handoff goes to Tim Peel. He breaks it outside for a big one.
He may score.
He gets pushed out of bounds.
About the 9-yard line.
And that's it for the first quarter. Nettleton's on top of Westside, 13-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
A gain of 23 yards.
Welcome back to Raider Field for the start of the second quarter. There's Marshall with the carry again.
And he's a load to bring down, Brian. About 3 Westside Warriors had chances, and he ran over the top of them before he finally came down after about a 4-yard gain.
There's a shot
about a 6-yard gain.
There's a shot of the Spirited Raider band.
On the tackle, Toby Painter.
2nd and 4 from the 6-yard line now.
Well, Brian, 2 possessions for Nettleton, 2 touchdowns. This is the 3rd possession. It's looking pretty promising.
Shatley on the pitch out to Peel.
He's going to be close.
And they say he's down.
Little option there by Shatley and Peel. First and goal.
First and goal from inside the 1-yard line.
First and goal for the Raiders.
Looked like a little wishbone football there for a second, Brian. Shatley going down the line, pitching to Peel at the last minute. Made a good read on the end there. Peel almost got in.
Shatley comes under center again. Shatley goes up for it.
And he's in, Brian. Well, Brian, 3 different Raiders have scored. 19 big points.
With 10:50 to go in the second quarter.
And as I mentioned earlier, Brian, it's going to look like it's going to be a long night for the Westside Warriors.
Indeed it does.
That touchdown making that 4th down choice look even more glaring, Brian.
Nettleton's going for 2. Try to make up for the missed extra point earlier. Shatley back to pass. It's intercepted.
Westside can score 2 points here. He must have had a knee down or something.
Pass intercepted by Shelby Griffin. The extra point, no good.
Shelby Griffin with the pick. But
First excitement of the night there for Westside. Made something good happen there on the 2-point conversion. Maybe they can turn that into something good on the offensive end, Brian.
maybe so. Nettleton's still on top, 19-0. As this Raider crowd is getting excited now after being ahead of their crosstown rivals.
Well, Brian, what Nettleton, has to be excited to have, a little bit of a breather, kind of. They've had 4 just really tough games back to back to start the season. They needed a little something like this.
Brad King back deep to receive the Shatley's kickoff.
Brian, something I want to add, I think this game is probably a whole lot more crucial to Nettleton than it is to Westside this year. Nettleton, has real high hopes for a playoff berth. Westside really just, they're in a building situation. Coach Darrell Chrysler says this is his first year to have the program. It's going to take, a couple of years to get the program on track.
Brad King took Shatley's kickoff at the 6-yard line. It looked like he tripped over his own man as he's coming upfield. Here's a shot of the good crowd we have on hand here at Raider Field tonight.
Well, Brian, the Westside Nettleton game always brings an almost standing room only crowd.
Here comes Clayton Cobb under center now. As Eric Joplin on the carry.
On the tackle, Brandon Meredith and Jason
Got 3 yards, brings up 2nd and 7 now for the Warriors.
There's some good yardage for him there, Brian. A positive gain.
Ten minutes to go in the second quarter. Nettleton's on top, 19-0. Cobb pitches to King. He cuts it back upfield. He's got a first down for Westside. Their first down of the night.
Showing a little bit of enthusiasm there, Brian.
On the tackle, Clint
There's a
Whitmire.
shot of some Westside fans. Not too excited right now.
Well, Brian, not a lot to cheer about so far.
Nice to see they brought a good crowd across town.
Well, you know, probably the biggest rivalry about this game is in the stands. You know, a lot of these people on opposing sides of the stands work with each other every day. So they're going to have to hear it around the office, and probably a lot longer than these kids are going to have to hear it right around town.
Eric Joplin on the carry. He got 1 yard, second and 9.
Gain of 1. Tackle made by Jimmy Van Dorn.
A shot of the Nettleton faithful. Out here on a good night for football.
Yeah, Brian, I keep waiting for the cold football weather to get here, and it really hasn't gotten here yet. It's probably
Cobb back to pass again. Off Jimmy Van Dorn's hands. No Warrior inside.
Jimmy might have seen the end zone there, Brian. He wanted to get a little piece of the action, get in on the scoring parade.
3rd and 9 for the Warriors.
I'm not sure he even saw it coming. 3rd and 9 now for the Warriors. Well, if you'd like to purchase a copy of tonight's game, you can do so for $20 by calling 972-5986. And we'll give you high-quality VHS tape of this game. Pretty passed down to generation. Cobb pitches to Brad King. He got about 3 yards.
Well, Brian, that deep pitch to King has been their most effective play thus far tonight.
Tackled by Preston Odom.
It's going to be 4th and a lot, though.
It was 4th and 5 for the Warriors.
I don't see any sign of a punter, Brian.
They may be going for it again. Well, he's back.
He was already on the field, obviously.
Shatley back deep to take the punt.
And
Gets
a
a good
boomer.
punt away. Shatley calls for a fair catch. And it rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Nettleton will take over from the on 20-yard line.
It's a 57-yard punt, Brian.
And 10 for the Raiders at their own 20-yard line. A 55-yard punt by Chad Grove.
8:11 to go in the second quarter. Nettleton's on top, 19-0. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back. Nettleton takes over 1st and 10 from the 20. Peel with a fumble. He recovers it.
Real alert play there by Peel, Brian. That could have been a huge play for Westside, but Peel was right on top of it.
1 yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Peel lost a yard, 2nd and 11 now for Nettleton.
Stephen Bonham on the tackle for the Warriors.
They're on top of Westside, 19-0. Michael French over the ball. Andy Shatley comes under French.
Well, Brian, this is the worst field position of the night for Nettleton. Westside have a chance to get some good field position if they hold them here.
Shatley back to pass.
Right on the numbers to McGough.
McGough took a good shot.
Andy Shatley
From Brad King.
To David McGough. Shelby Griffin on the tackle for the Warriors. 1st and 10 for the Raiders.
A little cheerleading from the stands.
1st and 10 for the Raiders again. 7:25 to go in the second quarter.
And just like that, Brian, Nettleton's out of that hole. That's what the passing attack can do for you.
Peel with the carry again. He struggles forward for about 2 or 3.
Well, Brian, he could have gotten a lot more yardage if he had followed his blockers instead of running into his blockers. He ran right into Jimmy Van Dorn there. Van Dorn had opened up a pretty good hole for him.
2nd and 7 now for the Raiders.
And that's a sign of the real good backs, Brian. They keep that head up and take the holes their lines give them.
Shatley back to pass again. There's David McGough. And he takes another good shot.
There's a big hit, Brian, by Andy Foreman.
Again, 6 on the play.
Westside's putting on some good shots, but they're not stopping Nettleton's offense.
At the 41-yard line.
This is 3rd and real short, Brian. You would expect a run by the fullback or something like that, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the fake to the fullback and the bomb by Shatley. Maybe to Ferguson.
Shatley's under center. He gives it to Jason Marshall again.
Well, the expected play, and it'll probably be a first down.
Jason Marshall on the carry. Tackle made by Eric Joplin.
Going to have a measurement on that, Brian.
Referee John Hazinski's calling for the chains. Here's the shot of the Raider crowd getting excited for their team.
I believe it's going to be enough for a first down, Brian. But if it's not, I don't think you'll see Nettleton going for it. It's going to be a first down, though.
It is.
First down for the Raiders.
Yet another first down for the Raiders.
Ball on the Raiders, 43-yard line.
5:50 yet to go in the second quarter. 19-0 our score.
Well, Brian, I think Coach Dover would like nothing better than to see another touchdown here and then have an opportunity to see a lot of underclassmen and second-string players and third-string players getting some action in the second half.
Shatley pitches to number 24, who gets hit behind the line. He's finally brought down. That was Preston Ergel with the carry.
That's some good hard running by Ergel to get a loss of 2.
Second 12 now for the Raiders.
10-12 on the carry. It was a loss of 2 yards. Toby Barber on the tackle.
Shatley comes under center. There's Preston Ergel again.
He may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage there.
3rd and 10 now for the Raiders.
On the carry, again, 2 yards.
There's a shot of Nick Snow, our caravan, and Coach Gerald Dover and Jim Wiseman up in top of the press box.
Got the best seat in the house, or best standing position in the house, I guess you could say. From high top Nettleton Raider Field.
Shatley back to pass. And it's incomplete. But we have a flag on the play.
For Scott Holland.
It's probably going to be a hold, Brian, in the position, in the place where you normally see a holding call.
That's the preliminary symbol from John Hazinski.
Go Raiders.
Penalties decline. 4th and 10 now for the Raiders.
Declined by the Warriors will be 4th down.
Well, Brian, they have to take that as a positive. Westside has to take that as a positive. First time they were been able to stop Nettleton tonight. If they could take this punt here and punch it in before the half to score some points, it would have to be a big momentum boost.
Clayton Cobb and Brad King back deep to receive Shatley's punt. It's a good punt. King's calling for a fair catch. Spot the ball at the 29-yard line of Westside. Westside takes over with 4:15 to go in the second quarter.
The Warriors take over on their own 30-yard line.
About almost a 30-yard punt by Shatley there, Brian. And the big thing was it was high and unreturnable.
First down.
Well, referee signals it's first down now for the Warriors.
Now we know.
Clayton Cobb under center. Brad King is looking to pass.
Option pass.
It's complete.
Great pass by King there, Brian. You could see it coming.
Brad King's pass complete to Shelby Griffin.
That's
First
Shelby
down,
Griffith
Warriors.
on the reception from Brad King's pass.
That's just a beautiful pass, right on the money.
It's a good call by Coach Chrysler.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors from the 47-yard line.
And plenty of time before the half.
As they broke across midfield on that reception.
There's Tim Peel coming off the field. Obviously the broken coverage there. We'll have a little talk with him on the sideline. Say, don't bite on that fake.
Westside 1st and 10 from the Nettleton 47-yard line. Westside breaks huddle. Clayton Cobb
He's going to be
brought
sacked.
down in the backfield for a big loss.
Clayton Cobb on the keeper.
John Stotts with the big
Along
sack
for 5
there.
yards. Tackle to
Stotts is
John
in that
Stott.
backfield very quickly.
2nd and 15.
He got a good jump on the ball that time. 2nd and 15 now for Westside.
Yeah, Stotts almost could have taken the snap from center there, Brian. Well, Brian, there's Nettleton's band. I understand we're going to be seeing both Nettleton and Westside's bands at halftime. Well, Brian, I saw a jump there, but I don't see any flag on the field.
Andy Foreman on the carry for the Warriors.
Guess the
Jason
referees
Marshall
are
on
showing
the
a
tackle.
little grace there,
It'll be 3rd down and 14.
not to give Westside what they deserved. Not like the grace that the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ has brought to us, who saved us from our sins, and thanks to him we are able to have eternal life.
That's right. We owe him this great weather we're having, Brian. I tell you what.
3rd and 14 now for Westside. Cobb back to pass. He's looking deep.
Andy Shelley was the only person that had a chance of catching that one, and it was even beyond
Clayton
his
Cobb's
grasp.
pass goes incomplete, intended for Brad King.
4th and
It'll be
14.
4th down and 14.
And Nettleton's going to have plenty of time, Brian, for one more drop.
There's some little Raiders on the sideline.
All sizes of Raiders there, Brian. Kind of a stair step.
Shatley back deep to take the punt.
Chad Grove in punt formation. Deep to receive, Andy Shatley.
Well, Andy needs to be about the goal line if the last punt was any representation of what we're going to see this time.
Westside's
We're going to see a
Nettleton's coming
block
after
this
his
time,
block.
Brian. We're going to see a block. We may see a touchdown.
David McGough with the block.
Kevin McGough on the block. Brandon Merritt recovers
Brian,
from
he
the
had
fumble.
no chance to get that punt off.
Nettleton came after him full force.
Well, Brian, I've never seen a punting formation like that. He had a, I don't know, it looked like a wing T formation almost. Had 3 upbacks right in front of him. But the initial line there was nothing for the Nettleton line to burst through.
1st and 10 for Nettleton from the 20-yard line.
And Nettleton's going to call timeout and talk about it, Brian.
Timeout on the field. Called by the
Our score is
Raiders.
Nettleton 19, Westside 0. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Raider Field. 2:03 to go in the second quarter. Nettleton taking over 1st and 10 from the Westside 20 after the block punt by David McGough.
Going to get to run their 2-minute offense, although it's not a very representative 2-minute offense since they only have to go 19 yards, Brian. Not much of a march.
Shatley on a keeper. He throws one person off of him. He's finally brought down.
Andy Shatley on the carry.
Going to be close to a first down, Brian. I think he probably got a first down.
Indeed he does. 1st and goal from the 7-yard line.
First down for the Raiders.
Minute 54 to
Andy
go.
Foreman on the tackle for the Warriors.
There's a shot from the Nettleton sideline.
First and goal from the Raiders from the 8-yard line.
Larry Harper, our cameraman on the sideline, doing a great job. Shatley under center again. And the option.
He's in.
He's in. There's a flag on the play.
Well, Brian Shatley did a tremendous job there. Stuck the ball in there to Marshall, and the defense was all over Marshall. Shatley pulled it out.
All right. Okay. We got a clip, 68. Okay, you want to push it back, friends? Yes, sir. Okay, take it back 15 from the 7. That's 22.
Referee John Hozinski doing some ciphering there on the field.
Math 101, Brian. 7 plus 15 is 22, and that's where Nettleton's got the ball.
The penalty against the Nettleton Raiders, clipping on the play.
Not a very tough decision for Westside there. The 22-yard line or a touchdown for Nettleton.
I believe he said the penalty's on number 68, Tyson Wade. Shatley back to pass. Scott Holden with the reception.
Somebody got their hand on that ball.
Shatley's pass complete to Scott Holden.
Still was able to complete the pass to Holden.
Brad King on the tackle.
Brad King with yet another tackle for Westside.
King at 8 yards on the play. Second and goal from the 12-yard line.
There's a shot of some little Raiders again. 1:22 to go in the second quarter. Shatley coming under center. Option again. Shatley keeps it. He gets brought down at the 6-yard line.
Brian, one of those children on the side there is probably a future Raider, I would guess.
I believe so.
If his dad has anything to say about it.
Eric Joplin on the tackle.
Matt Dover, we saw a minute ago, Coach Dover's son.
Goal goal from the 5-yard line.
Got all kinds of little Raider fans out tonight.
Timeout on the field, called by Nettleton.
Nettleton calls timeout again with 59 seconds to go in this first quarter, or first half, I'm sorry. They're on top of Westside, 19-0 right now.
Well, Brian, 19-0, but not totally unexpected. Nettleton coming in here with big playoff hopes. Westside just probably would be happy to have a 500 season this year. That would be a tremendous season for first-year coach Daryl Dover.
Westside has not had much luck over the years against Nettleton. They've only beat Nettleton twice in the almost 20 times they've played.
2 for 19, I believe, Brian. Nettleton leads the series 17-2. Trying to make it 90% with a win tonight. Nettleton's won the last 6 ball games, Brian. 1986 was the last time Westside was able to come up with a victory against these Nettleton Raiders. I believe that was at Westside.
I remember that well because that's when your Westside went to state.
To my knowledge, I don't think Westside's ever won a game at Nettleton Raider Field.
Shatley under center now. He's back to pass.
Wide open.
Tim Peel wide open in the end zone. He kneels to say, thank you, Lord, for the touchdown.
Always nice to thank the one that gave you the ability, Brian.
That's right. Yet again, busted coverage by Westside. No one even near Peel as he made the catch that time.
Well, Nettleton just has too many weapons, Brian. Too many people Shatley can go to. And when Shatley's able to roll out, he adds the feature of being able to run the ball himself.
David McGough set to hold for Shatley's extra point attempt.
No doubt about that one, Brian. We're going to have to go outside the fence to get that one.
26-0 our score. Nettleton's on top of Westside. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Raider Field. Nettleton scored again. They're on top of Westside, 26-0 right now. Andy Shatley set to kick off for the final 54 seconds of the second quarter.
At this point, Westside's just hoping nothing else bad can happen.
Brad King back deep to receive the kickoff.
Kind of a puny whistle there.
Shiley's kick is away. King takes it at the 5-yard line. He's coming back up the middle.
Brad King on the return.
He gets up close to the 30-yard line.
John Stott's in on another tackle. Trying to give Marshall a run for his money on the
30-yard line.
Tackle chart this week.
40 seconds to go in the second quarter.
No, Westside probably won't get in any hurry here, Brian.
Cobb under center. Handoff goes to Brad King. He's still on his feet.
Nice
and
run
he's got
for
a
King.
first down again.
Brad King
Good run for King.
on the carry, a gain of 12 yards.
21 seconds now to go
for the
in the
Raiders.
second quarter. Referee says start the clock. Now he says stop the clock. So the Westside calls timeout.
Timeout, Westside.
Well, Brian, they're not going to settle for zip here. They're going to try to come up with some type of play or option to try to get some points on the board here. Not much time. Might see some trickery here before the half's over from Westside.
First shot of the Nettleton coaches trying to figure out what Westside's going to do.
Coach Dover's made it down from the top of the world there and going to pat his guys on the back at halftime for a job well done.
Mark Despain follows Coach Dover onto the field.
Brian's just going, way to go, guys. Just keep it up. Westside's going to get off the field. Coach Dover, we're ready to play.
17 seconds to go in the second quarter. Cobb back to pass. He unleashes it. Oh, Andy Shatley got a hand on it.
Almost a crucial mistake there.
11 seconds
Westside
to
Warrior
go.
flying by. Brian Shatley just kind of tipped it up and kept the ball in the air a little longer.
Second and 10 now for the Warriors.
Another Hail Mary maybe, Brian?
I would say so. With 11 seconds left to go, and there's not much you can do.
Yeah, trip receiver's right. Obviously something to the right side. They're in motion there, Brian. You don't see a flag, though.
Cobb back to pass again. He gets it away this time. It's number 41, Andy Foreman on the reception. They got another first down for Westside with 2 seconds to go.
Preston Ergle made the good tackle there, wrapped up.
Timeout, Westside.
Westside calls timeout.
2 seconds till halftime, Brian, where we're going to get to see both bands. There's our helpers again doing a fine job.
Aaron Hunt and Joshua Jackson.
You know, that's a tough job down there. Larry Harper, our cameraman on the field, likes to move around and get a lot of shots, so pulling the cable for him is not all it's cracked up to be. He keeps them busy.
First and 10 for the Warriors as they talk it over with Coach Chrysler. All right, I'm sorry, that's Coach Steve Williams. Trying to give him some last-minute instructions for the remaining 2 seconds of this first half. Clayton Cobb's ready to run the last 2 seconds off. He's back to pass again. David McGough.
He's going to
got
get
him
sacked,
wrapped up for a big sack.
Brian, that's kind of a story of the whole first half right there. Kind of appropriate.
Nettleton's on top of Westside, 26-0 after one half of action. We'll be right back after these messages.
Tonight we feature a trip through the 1970s. Sit back and enjoy Pinball Wizard. We close with MacArthur Park, featuring trumpet soloist Chris Hill, French horn soloist Jamie Hall. This concludes tonight's halftime festivities. If we could have a big round of applause for both bands. Thank you for a good job. Return, tackle by Andy Farman. The first down for the Raiders.
Brian,
The
the crowd mic was coming in awful loud here. Can't hardly hear ourselves, Brian. There you saw the Westside kickoff. Nettleton's going to get to start the second half with the ball.
Nettleton can build on their 26-0 lead. And welcome back to Raider Field. I'm Brian Reeves and Mark Clark is here with me. Just underway in the third quarter. We saw an offensive show from the Nettleton Raiders in that first half. Shatley pitches to Peel. He gets around the outside. He takes a shot, and he's still on his feet. He got about 3 yards on the carry. Brings up 2nd and 7 now for the Raiders.
There's a little fire there for the Westside defensive line there. Maybe they got themselves a little pep talk at halftime. Going to show a different defensive team in the second half.
They need to be able to shut down this Nettleton offense.
Well, really, Brian, other than that first drive, Nettleton really didn't have to make a drive. They were on Westside side of the field.
Shatley back to pass. He's got Tim Peel. Andy Foreman hits him.
Shatley's pass complete.
Nice catch by Peel there, Brian. Going to be a little short of the first down, though.
It'll be third down.
3rd and 8.
1 yard.
3rd and 2, I'm sorry. 10:44 to go in this third quarter. As you see, 26-0 our score. Nettleton's on top of Westside.
O'Brien, Jason Marshall, his first game as a fullback, he got about 40 yards in the first half on a limited number of carries.
And there's Marshall now. He gets a first down as he breaks across the 50.
Jason Marshall on the carry. First down, Raiders.
Brian, that's really what I expected to see
Foreman
from
on the
Marshall. As aggressive as he is on the defensive side of the ball, I really anticipated him being difficult to bring down.
He got a 1st and 10 for the Raiders from the 50-yard line. There's Coach Dover walking up and down the sidelines.
Well, Brian, he's shown that he's not superstitious. A superstitious coach with a 26-0 lead being up top in the first half would be up top the second half. There you see him on the field here in the second half.
Shatley back to pass again. He pumps once, and it's incomplete.
Shatley's pass incomplete.
David McGough, the intended receiver.
Nice diving attempt by McGough, just a little out of his grasp. It's one of the rare bad passes we've seen from Shatley, Brian. He's usually right on target or right near.
2nd and 10 now for the Raiders. Shatley looks to the sideline for the call. Michael French breaks huddle, gets over the ball. Here comes Shatley. Jason Marshall, lone setback. Shatley's back to pass again. David McGough all alone with a big gain.
And a nice move after he caught the ball.
Pass complete to David McGough. A gain of 25 yards.
Made a little cut inside, Brian, and
Shelby Griffin on the tackle.
he was able to get about 8 or 10 more yards after the catch.
Once again, Nettleton receivers wide open off in that corner. It seems to be the spot to go to if you're a Raider.
Well, Brian, Nettleton's really in a great situation here with the 26-0 lead. It enables them to try a lot of things, work on their offensive and defensive games for some more conference games down the road.
Shatley running the option, pitches to Tim Peel. After a couple of spins.
And some hard running from Tim Peel.
He gets up to the 15-yard line.
Tackled by Robert Colburn.
1st and 10 for the Raiders again. 9:10 to go in this third quarter. 26-0 our score.
Well, Brian, this is just how Nettleton started the game on their first drive, just marching down the field with nothing able to stop them.
Jason Marshall in the handoff.
Fumble the ball. The ground's going
Gonna say he was down before he lost it. As we all know, ground can't
Jason
cause a
Marshall
fumble.
on the carry, tackled by Andy Foreman. A gain of 8 yards will be 2nd and 2.
the main reason the ground can't cause a fumble in high school, Brian, is you're down by contact. When you're down on the ground, you're down. You know, you can't. Unlike professional ball, you can't get up and run once you've hit the ground.
Shatley keeps it on the option this time.
Shatley on the carry.
He got a first down. 1st and goal
Pat Grove on the tackle.
from the 2-yard line.
It'll be 1st and goal from the Raiders from the 3-yard line.
Chad Grove made a pretty good hit on Shatley there. Didn't let him get too much yardage there in close. Well, Brian, had 4 different players score tonight. Is there a possibility for a 5th this time?
Pitch goes to Tim Peel.
Nope.
He's in.
Second touchdown of the night for Tim Peel.
Touchdown, Nettleton!
And that was an easy one. No one out there to even put a hand on him. Puts Nettleton up now, 32-0.
Well, Nettleton's staff has to be happy. Everything's working tonight.
There's a shot of some happy Nettleton fans. As you see, 7:57 to go in the third quarter.
Andy Shaler, holding over David McGough.
David McGough set to hold for Shatley's kick. It's up. It's long. And it's good.
Shatley must like that goalpost, Brian. For the second time, he's nailed the thing real deep on the other side of the fence. It's probably about 40 yards. One thing we haven't seen tonight, Brian, a field goal opportunity. But there's no need for that when you can punch it in.
And Westside just hasn't come close enough to even really try for a field goal. And Nettleton's just put points on the board just about every time.
Well, Nettleton's had the ball 6 times. They've scored 5 of those times, Brian. Touchdowns 5 of those times.
Coach Barry Jones for Westside giving some instructions to the Warriors before they come back onto the field.
Seeing a lot of people visiting, having a good time with their neighbors.
I see everybody come out on a Friday night and just sit around and talk and watch a good football game.
Well, they're sitting around talking anyhow.
Shatley set to kick off. Brad King back deep to receive for the Warriors. Clayton Cobb fields it at the 15.
I'm going to say he had a knee down there, Brian.
Returned by Clayton Cobb. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
1st and 10 from the 21-yard line.
21-yard line.
Well, Brian, Shatley makes it almost impossible for a team to set up a return. He kicks the ball a mile high, gives his coverage team plenty of time to get down and make the play.
1st and 10 now for the Warriors from their own 21-yard line. They trail Nettleton right now 33-0. Clayton Cobb under center. Handoff goes to Eric Joplin. He got 2 yards on it and brings up 2nd and 8 now.
Eric Joplin on the carry. A gain of 2 yards. Jimmy Van Doren on the tackle.
Well, Brian, pretty soon I think we'll be seeing a lot of second teamers for Nettleton coming in. Although I wouldn't be surprised to see them stay with their main unit on defense, because anytime you got a shutout going, you want to try to maintain that shutout.
Clayton Cobb back to pass. He's got a man deep, and he overshoots it.
Not as deep as the pass, though.
Cobb's pass incomplete.
Brad King, nearest receiver.
For Brad King. Preston Ergle on the coverage.
He had a step of Preston Ergle,
8 yards.
but he just couldn't get under it.
Well, Brian King seems to be Westside's only real offensive threat. Most of their pretty good running plays and most of their pass attempts have been in his direction.
Timeout, Nettleton.
Nettleton calls timeout to talk it over. Our score is 33-0. Nettleton's on top. We'll be right back after these messages.
By calling X 15 at 9.
Welcome back to Raider Field. I'm Brian Reeves. Along with me is Mark Clark. Westside's ball, 3rd and 8.
Brian, I guess Coach Dover and the Nettleton staff may have been wanting to warn their team or their defense what could be coming here on a 3rd and long. Double split receivers left and right.
Picked off by Shatley.
Apparently it worked, Brian.
He gets brought down about the 12-yard line.
Clayton Cobb's pass intercepted by Andy
Second
Shatley.
interception of the game.
Well, they had 4 receivers out there, Brian, and the pass wasn't in the vicinity of any of them.
For the Warriors,
Clayton Cobb's still down after making the tackle on Shatley. He makes it to his feet. Glad to see he was able to get up from that. Stopping Shatley.
1st and 10 for the Raiders from the 11-yard line.
6:42 to go in the third quarter. 33-0 our score.
But Brian Cobb's tackle was a touchdown-saving tackle for the time being.
Shatley under center again. Westside calls timeout. Apparently they saw something there on the offensive side of the ball they didn't like.
Timeout, Westside.
But Brian, it's still early in the game, but I think we can chalk up the first conference victory of the season for the Nettleton Raiders tonight. They've just looked outstanding on offense and defense. Everything seems to work. Coach Dover seemingly coming up with the perfect game plan for the Westside Warriors tonight. But you know, as I was saying, Brian, nothing's gone wrong for Nettleton tonight. Nothing's gone right for Westside Warriors. You know, when you got a crosstown rivalry, you hate to see this kind of big margin on the game. But I know Coach Dover is happy, and Coach Chrysler and his crews probably wanted to go to the drawing board and hope they can learn something from tonight's game, take it into the future games.
Nettleton shut out Westside 9 times in the past 20-some-odd
And
meetings.
a quarterback for the Raiders, Roger Mellon.
Andy Shatley under center now.
Brian, I believe we got a new quarterback, don't we?
I believe we do.
Yes, we do.
Jason Marshall on the carry.
Is that Roger McMillan?
I believe it is. It's number 15,
Pick up
Roger
a 1
McMillan, now
yard.
quarterback.
Well, just
Shelby Griffin on the tackle.
a smart move by Coach Dover and his staff here. Shatley had a tremendous game, but you know, the 33-0 margin, you know, you can't really do anything but
And a fullback
take
for
a
the
chance
Raiders.
of getting your players hurt. You know, call off the dogs here. Let some of your underclassmen get some valuable playing time because you're going to need them sometime down the road. Conference season's long.
McMillan's a 5'9", 140-pound sophomore. Pitch goes to Peel. And he fumbles.
Nettleton recovered it, though.
And they did. Chalk up another touchdown for
And
Nettleton.
on the carry, fumbles the ball into the end zone.
Michael French.
The big center got down there and covered it.
You gotta feel happy for Michael French. You know, those offensive linemen, they do a tremendous job, but they rarely ever get credit for anything other than being offsides or holding. Michael French getting a rare gift with 6 points in the touchdown, Brian.
Nettleton's up 39-0 now. And Shatley's on to attempt the extra point.
You know, it's always good when a senior comes through with a big play too, Brian. Thought that ball might have squirted out of the end zone, but French got on top of it.
Shatley's kick is up and good. They're on top of Westside 40-0. With 5:42 to go, we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Raider Field. The Raiders are on top of Westside 40-0 right now.
And a long time still to play, Brian.
5:42 to go in the third quarter. T.L. Davis on the kickoff now for the Raiders.
Well, you know, Brian, you got to figure that Andy Shelley's leg's getting tired.
Short kick taken at the 30-yard line.
That's a big hit by Jimmy Van Dorn on the kickoff, Brian. There's some young Raiders that are happy to be wearing Raider black and white tonight,
Same
Brian.
night on the return. Tackle made by Jimmy Van Dorn and Tim Poole.
Well, Brian, Shatley's
First and
kicked
10
off
for the
7 times
Warriors
tonight.
On the 47-yard line.
Attempted 5 extra points tonight. So, and punted once or twice. Well, once, I guess. So, you know, his leg might very well be tired.
Brad King in at quarterback now. He keeps it. He breaks it outside. He's still on his feet.
Well, there you go, Brian. The
Brad King
main
on the
offensive
quarterback
weapon
keeper.
for
A gain of 20
Westside.
yards. Tackled by Andy
I guess
Shatner.
Coach Chrysler and his staff decided if King was the biggest threat or only threat they have, might as well cut out the middleman and just let him take the ball from center.
He gets up to the 35-yard line of Nettleton. 1st and 10 now for the Warriors. King leads the offense back to the line of scrimmage. Handoff goes to Eric Joplin. Ball's in the air. Tim Peel catches it.
Tim Peel is everywhere tonight, Brian.
And we have a flag on the play.
Eric Joplin on the carry, fumble on the play. Tim Peel recovers for the Raiders.
I thought I saw some motion there, but the flag came awful late. I think it's going to be on
Illegal
Westside.
motion on the offense. It's declined. First down, Nettleton.
Illegal procedure against the Warriors. The penalty is declined.
1st and 10 for the Raiders.
Well, Brian, the backfield wasn't set for Westside. One of the backs had started in motion
At the wrong
before the
34-yard
snap
line.
there.
Nettleton takes over on the 34-yard line after Tim Peel's fumble recovery.
There's those Japanese-bound Nettleton Raider cheerleaders. I don't even know what the tally is right now on their cash drive to send them to Japan.
McMillan's under center now for the Raiders.
Back to the cheerleaders, though, Brian. I'm sure that if they're still doing some fundraisers and stuff, they'd appreciate any kind of support that the Jonesboro community could give them.
Shelby Griffin on the
Number
tackle.
33, Brandon Meredith with the carry.
Second down.
He got 2
9
yards.
for the Warriors.
2nd and 8 now. 4:04 to go in the 3rd quarter of action. McMillan pitches to Johnny Harrison.
Well, Brian, we're going to get to see some names we haven't really seen this year.
By Shelby Griffin. Third and 7 for the Raiders.
3rd and 7 now for Nettleton.
Things are going to be festive here at Jonesboro. Excuse me, did Jonesboro High School last week at Nettleton High School after this game.
McMillan under center now. There goes Harrison again. He breaks it for a big one. He's still on his feet. He gets across midfield. He's brought down at the 46-yard line.
And Brian, you know, there's nothing Coach Dover and his staff can do about this. You know, you
Johnny Harrison on the
want to be
carry,
good sports and not run up the score, but
first down for the Raiders.
when your second line people are still making good yardage, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't tell a 10th grader that hadn't played all year long to just run into the line and fall down. He's looking for playing time. He's going to be looking as good as he can, playing as hard as he can. I believe Harrison's
There's Meredith
junior.
again. He got about 4 yards, but
Brandon
2nd and
Meredith
6.
on the carry. Pick up 3 yards.
Well, Brian, you got a
Joplin
backfield here that
on the tackle.
could be playing, you know, a lot next year. Meredith's a sophomore and Harrison's a junior. Shows that, you know, although this Nettleton team has a lot of veterans, seasoned players, they got a lot of underclassmen too. Future looks bright.
McMillan looks over the defense. Takes a snap. Running the option. He's got blockers out front. He gets a good run that time. He gets up across the 40.
Big run by Roger McMillan.
I'm sorry, across the 35.
Roger McMillan on the carry, a gain of 12 yards. First down for the Raiders.
Yet another
Brad
first
King on the
down.
tackle for the Warriors.
1:54 to go in this third quarter of action. Seconds just can't seem to tick away fast enough for the Warriors tonight.
Well, I've been really impressed with McMillan so far, Brian. He's real composed, doing a good job running the offense. Another sophomore.
There's Harrison again. Second and 8 now for the Raiders.
Johnny Harrison on the carry, gain of 2 yards.
I don't know who runs the Nettleton Junior High program, but apparently they're doing a good job because we're seeing a lot of sophomores coming in and contributing.
1:08 to go in this third quarter. 40-0 our score. Millen under center. Handoff goes to Meredith. Looked like he got about 2 yards that time.
Brandon Meredith on the carry, gain of 2 yards. Stephen Bonham on the tackle. It'll be third down, 6 yards.
3rd and 6 to go for the Raiders.
Well, Brian, if they don't convert here, we might see them trying a field goal just for game experience. Give Shatley an opportunity to kick a decent range field goal.
Option again.
Fumble. Oh, great pitch by McMillan there.
Ball's on the ground. There's a flag on the play.
Fumble on the play. There's also a flag on the play.
Westside recovers. It's a preliminary signal.
Nettleton may keep this ball though, Brian.
Is recovered by the Warriors. There is a flag on the play.
Go forward pass on the offense. It's been refused. White team has recovered the fumble.
Brian, I don't know if that was a forward pass. It looked like McMillan made the pitch behind him. Pretty close call, but it's irrelevant at this point. Westside recovered the fumble.
Westside takes over with 17 seconds to go in his third quarter.
McMillan pitched the ball at a great time, though, right as the contact was being made. What a big break for Westside, though, Brian.
Big break. Defense held that time. Recovered a fumble. Good to see their defense is still into the game.
And we won't see any more points from Nettleton this quarter.
Brad King on the keep.
Brad King on the carry for the
flag on the play.
David McGough on the tackle.
On the offense.
There's a flag on the play.
Well, there's a hold. Nettleton will probably push them back, Brian. Deep in Westside territory.
2nd and 20 now for the Warriors. From their own 10-yard line.
The penalty against the Warriors holding. It'll be first down, 20 yards.
1 second to go in this third quarter of action.
And without a defensive penalty, this will be the last play of the third quarter.
King back to pass. It's caught.
Brad King's pass. Complete.
That's Chris George on the reception. 40-0 our score. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Raider Field. I'm Brian Reeves and Mark Clark is here with me. Set to go with the fourth quarter of action here. As Westside trails 40-0. As the Raiders are just putting on an offensive show.
Well, Brian, the only question left unresolved is, will the Raiders get the shutout?
There's a shot of some unhappy Warrior fans.
You got to give them credit, though, Brian. They've stayed through the whole ugly show. Loyal fans to the end.
Brad King in quarterback. He's back to pass. He's looking deep. It's picked off again.
Scott Holden.
Third interception for the Raiders. He could go all the way. And King brings him down at the 26-yard line.
We're going to have a flag on this play as well, though, Brian.
Scott Holden returns the interception, 27 yards.
On the run back.
A clip on the run back again, Brian.
That seems to be a popular penalty every time the Raiders intercept the ball.
Well, Brian, the last few minutes here, we've had enough flags to start the United Nations here of Jonesboro. But Nettleton will maintain possession. Give Roger
On the
McMillan.
return, we have a clip on the black. First down.
Give Roger McMillan and his squad another opportunity to get some points.
First and 10 from the 42.
Nettleton's having problems getting enough players in the huddle here. Going to be pressed for time.
Some of them aren't used to being out there. Coach says get in. They're like, not ready to go. McMillan hands off this time.
Johnny Harrison again on that carry.
Seen Harrison's number called several times in the last few minutes.
On the tackle, Ed Jumpin.
Preston Ergle into the game now, replacing Michael French. He's played a heck of a game at center. Even got a touchdown. Flags once again.
Dead ball, illegal procedure on the left guard.
Well, you heard some groans of the Nettleton line there. They weren't too pleased with that call, but they can't be too dissatisfied looking at a 40-0
Illegal
score.
Procedure on the offense. Still second down.
Second 12 now for the Raiders. 10:48 to go in his fourth quarter. Millen under center. There's Meredith again.
He's still up. He's still running.
Forward progress has finally stopped. Up near a first down.
Brandon Meredith on the carry.
Meredith's looked good so far tonight, Brian. Just blowing through the line on his few opportunities.
Brad King on the tackle.
Dustin Hearns and Trey Foster entering the game now for the Raiders.
For the Raiders.
If I'm not mistaken, Meredith has been hurt. He was the original backup starting the season at fullback.
Preston Ergle with the carry. He's got the first down.
Sent a lot of numbers from the Nettleton backfield tonight, Brian.
For the Raiders on the tackle for Westside, Toby Barber.
Yet another first down for the Raiders.
Now, this is the time of the game when everybody wants to get in on the action. Everybody wants to score.
Ball's on the Warrior 29-yard line. 9:34 to go. Meredith with the carry.
Brandon Meredith
Give him
on
3
the
yards.
carry.
Second and 7.
Brandon Webb on the tackle. A gain of 3 yards. It'll be second down.
There's a shot
7 for the
flag
Raiders.
showing how windy it is out here tonight.
Yeah, it's been blowing pretty hard tonight, but it hadn't really been much of a factor because the ball's been on the ground most of the night. Lot of running attack from Nettleton. The passing attack wasn't really necessary too much tonight. See the excitement of the Nettleton crowd here, Brian.
Preston Ergle, he's breaking it for a big one.
He wanted to get in, Brian.
Andy Foreman brings him down.
Thought for a second the crowd was getting excited about the run, but they're getting excited about the cheerleaders throwing footballs to the crowd.
Andy Foreman on the tackle.
Wonder if they can get one up to the press box. Well, Brian, I don't think we're going to get a football tonight.
Well, it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like the cheerleaders have quite the arm.
Well, Brian, we made a valiant effort, but nothing came close. And back to the action.
Millen's handoff goes nowhere. That's Preston Ergle with the carry.
Preston Ergle on the carry. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Brad King on the tackle.
Hey, we got a ball in the press box. Thanks to my buddy Mike Tosh there.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
It was Mike Tosh, by the way, that told me the Jason Marshall tip earlier in the week.
Millen under center again. Handoff goes to Meredith. There's a flag on the play.
Brad Meredith on the carry. Eric Joplin on the tackle. There is a flag.
Hold against the Raiders is the call from John Hazinski. 7:44 to go in this 4th quarter. Scores Nettleton 40, Westside 0 from Raider Field. I'm Brian Reeves and Mark Clark is here with me.
68, SWAT 78. Holding on the offense, 10 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Against the Raiders.
Well, Brown,
Repeat 2nd down.
Well, Brown, we've called Hozinski's number more than anybody else's here in the 2nd half, I believe.
I think so. Sounded like that was Tyson Wade they called for the hold.
Yeah, I think they've been kind of picking on Tyson tonight. That's several times we've heard his number called.
Ergle on the sweep. He's still on his feet.
And there's
Pushing
another,
that pile forward.
there's another flag on the play, Brian.
Does that surprise anyone?
Preston Ergle on the carry. Another flag on the field.
Clipping's the call from John Hazinski.
Take him back. He's got the ball.
Or they're pushing him back, and it's going to be a clip.
It's a 15-yarder.
You heard it there, people. It's a 15-yard penalty.
We have a clip on the offense. 15 yards. Repeat 2nd down.
Goal to go from the 25-yard line.
2nd go from the 25.
And no signal as to who it was, Brian. It might have been the guy underneath that helmet. He looks like a shady character. He probably clipped that Westside Warrior.
Millen under center. Pitch goes to Preston Ergle again. He back inside. He comes up the middle.
Good hard running from Ergle, Brian.
He gets up to the 10-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 10 now for the Raiders.
Preston Ergle on the carry for the Raiders. Larry Keller on the
Call it the
tackle.
15. I'm sorry.
3rd down and goal from the 15-yard line.
Well, Brian, maybe we'll get to see a pass from McMillan here.
McMillan looks over the Warrior defense, see what he has to work with. Handoff goes to Meredith. He's up the middle.
Well, just good sportsmanship by Coach Dover there.
Brandon Meredith on the carry.
Just keeping the ball on the ground,
Toby
not
Barker
trying to take advantage of a
on the tackle.
obviously weaker Westside squad here.
4th and goal from the 5-yard line.
4th and goal from the 5. We'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to our sponsors who make this game possible. Business Communication Service, Pizza Inn, Central Baptist Church, and the Storehouse. And of course, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who makes everything possible for us here at the Axe Network. Millen on the keeper. He pitches out to Preston Ergle. And he's in for the touchdown.
There's another new player, Brian.
Touchdown, Raiders!
Ergle's touchdown puts Nettleton up 46-0.
That's the 6th player, Brian. 6th player.
I believe you're right.
Tim Peel having 2 and 5 other players with 1 touchdown tonight. They've definitely spread the scoring out.
Well, we've got a new person in to try the extra point. It's number 44, Daniel Cockall.
Indy attempt the extra point for the Raiders. Daniel Cockle.
Low snap. Cockle gets it up. And it's good. Cockle's kick is good. 47-0 our score. 5:53 to go. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Raider Field.
Brian, Nettleton unleashed their secret weapon there. Brian Cockle is an exchange student from Brazil.
Glad to see letting everyone in on the action.
I was here the day he came to the practice field for the first time. Coach Dover said, "Can you kick?" And he said, "Round ball." He played some soccer in South America there, but he never played football before. And Coach Dover said, "Get a bag of balls and kick some." So he's rewarded with his first point as a American high school student tonight.
On the tackle.
Kickoff taken at the 15, brought back up to the 26.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
Westside takes over 1st and 10 with 5:47 to go in
From
this
the
fourth quarter.
26-yard line.
Cockle, obviously a popular kid around school. He's getting all kinds of high fives and handshakes on the sideline there. Everybody's excited for him.
Shot of some happy Nettleton cheerleaders.
Timeout on the field, Nettleton.
Nettleton calls timeout with 5:37 to go. Running some more players on the field now.
Tonight's game for $20 by calling X15 at 972-5986. Tonight's game will be replayed Saturday morning on X15, 10 a.m., cable channel 15 in Jonesboro.
Brian Nettleton will probably have about 2 more defensive stands tonight.
Next Friday night.
I mistakenly made the comment Jonesboro earlier. I believe that's our game next week, where they take on a tough 4A East rival, Cabot. Cabot, one of the best teams in the state this year, undefeated thus far. Jonesboro undefeated in the conference right now, down at North Pulaski tonight, playing their second conference game. Chances are pretty good they'll both be sitting at 2-0 in the conference next week, coming into next week's game.
Justin Watkins in at quarterback now for the Warriors. Handoff goes to Brad King. He's coming back up the middle.
Well, Brian, you got to give King some credit. You know, he's played hard all night. He hadn't had a whole lot of help on the offensive end.
6 yards.
2nd and 4 now for the Warriors.
Well, I'm not sure if that's a future Warrior or a future Raider. Got a smile on the face there, so I would say must be a Raider fan.
Must be a Raider. Watkins leading the Warriors back to the line of scrimmage. Pitch goes to King again. He's got a first down.
Continue to run hard here.
He gets up to the 44-yard line.
Brad King on the carry for the Warriors, a gain of 10 yards. On the tackle, Don Hoffman. It'll be 1st down, 10 for the Warriors.
Don Hossman on the tackle. Nice to see another sophomore out there making it stop.
Yeah, well, Brian, we're seeing a lot of sophomores here in the late going for Nettleton. Can't do anything but help your program when you're able to play those underclassmen. Give them some valuable experience. You know, later in the year, they're going to have some tough conference foes.
Watkins hands off to King again.
They're going to need somebody to be able to step in sometimes and make some big plays.
Brad King on the carry for the Warriors.
Although Brad King taking advantage of it right now, having a pretty easy time with his
It'll be 2nd down, 1 yard.
new Nettleton defense.
2nd and a short 1 with 4 minutes to go in this 4th quarter.
Most of the first line guys for Nettleton are through for the night, although they're on the sideline trying to fire the defense up because they want a shutout. Jimmy Van Dorn and Andy Shatler on the sideline yelling out words of encouragement to their teammates there. Jimmy there put the hand up in the air for the good hit by his teammates.
Pick up a 3 yards.
Good shot of the Raider
on
band.
the tackle for the Raiders, Mark
Getting
Despain.
everybody fired up. King got another first down for the Warriors. 3:36 to go in this fourth quarter. Westside not in any hurry to break huddle. Watkins finally says, okay, let's go to the line of scrimmage. Watkins hands off to Andy Foreman.
Foreman showing a burst of speed there, Brian. A little misdirection there that had no effect on the first string defense. Had a good deal of effect on the second team defense.
Lipscomb on the tackle for the
First
Raiders.
down for the Warriors. Mr. Watkins gets a call from the sideline. Shot of the Raider cheerleaders once again.
A happy dance.
Watkins hands off to King. He's still on his feet. Another good run for King.
Brad King on the carry. Gain of 8 yards. Chris Coggins on the tackle.
Second and 2 now for the Warriors.
Well, sports fans, I wish just one game that you could be in our shoes and hear some of the great comments we hear from the truck. I tell you what, David Jackson keeping us entertained tonight, and David Jackson and Charlie Stewart always keep us entertained. You can always count on them for inspiration and
Nettleton.
And amusement.
amusement. Good word, amusement. Well, Brian, got some big games coming up. Like I said, Cabot and Jonesboro next week. Chances are pretty good they're going to both be 2-0 in the 4A East. An early season clash for dominance in the 4A East. Who's going to be up on that one? Following that, with Jonesboro, West Memphis.
For the Highland
And
Rebels,
we're right
next
back
Friday
here
night at
for
7:30
Nettleton
at Raider Field.
Gosnell for the big homecoming. Know they're going to be fired up for that one.
Then after that, we see Jonesboro and Forest City. In the last game of the year on November 5th is Nettleton versus Corning here from Raider Field.
Well, as far as we know, it'll be the last game of the year. Who knows? Both of our teams are probably going to be in the state playoffs, and with any luck, we may be doing some state playoff games. Who knows?
There's a good shot of the beautiful moon that's out tonight.
You have full moon shining over Nettleton Field, and everything shining for the Nettleton Raiders tonight.
There's a shot of Mike Gibson, one of the new cameramen we have out here with us. Watkins hands off to King. He gets outside. He's got a first down. Gets to about the 12-yard line.
Some great pursuit there by the Nettleton second string defense.
1:56 to
Brad King
go.
on the carry. On the tackle, Scott Holland and Adam Holliday.
First and 10 for the Warriors. Deepest they've been in the Raider territory all night.
Nettleton wants a big defensive stand here to shut Westside down all night long. They definitely don't want to let them get in here. Here's that different alignment again for Westside.
Watkins on a keeper.
And a big hit.
That's number 63, John Stott, that hit Watkins in the backfield, brought him down for a 2-yard loss.
Justin Wilkins on the carry.
Brian, I don't know how many hits,
A loss
how many
of 1
tackles
yard.
John Stotts has
John
tonight, but
Stotts on the
that's at
tackle.
least 2 sacks he's had.
Second
And
down, 11
one
yards.
huge hit on a kickoff return.
1 minute to go.
It's good to see some other players stepping up on defense. I know that Jason Marshall had been doing yeoman's work early in the season, but some other people have stepped up and made their defense even tougher.
Watkins pitches to King. He's looking to pass. He keeps it. He brings it down. He's on the ground.
He may score.
Brad King on the carry for the Warriors. Reagan Ray on the tackle.
First and goal.
First down for the Warriors.
First and go from about the 2 or 1.
Timeout, Westside.
Westside calls timeout with 32 seconds to go.
Well, Brian, they're fighting till the end. They want to get some, this is big for Westside to get a touchdown here. Take something positive into next week. Take something positive into next week. There's really been nothing good happen to them all game long, but if they can punch this touchdown in here, they can go out on a good note tonight. Taking into next week's game. I'm not real sure who Westside plays. But it's got to be an improvement for them over this Nettleton squad. Nettleton, an inspired bunch, playing great football tonight, and Westside had no answers.
Final 32 seconds of the ball game.
First and goal for the Warriors from the 2-yard line.
First and goal. Watkins leads his team out to the line.
You got to figure King for the.
I'm sorry, Brad King is the quarterback now.
I didn't realize he's under center, but you got to figure he's the man, and he's
in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Westside. Brad King on the carry.
Westside fans are happy about that. Score comes with 29 seconds to go in the ball game. 47-6 our score right now. And it's pretty much been all Nettleton.
Yeah, well, like I say, Brian, Westside's a team that the program's really, been down for several years now. It's the first year of a new head coach. Probably has some new staff members with him. It's going to take a few years, but they stick with it and keep working. They'll be up in the ranks with Nettleton in the years to come.
Extra point is up and good.
The kick by Chad Groves is good.
47-7 our score. 29 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, Brian, Nettleton's going to get the ball one more time. They're going to take the snap from center and go down to one knee. Do the classy sportsmanlike thing.
I'd like to take this opportunity to say thanks once again to the crew that makes this game possible. Our producer-director is David Jackson. Our cameraman is Larry Harper, Mike Gibson, and Nick Snow. Aaron Hunt, Joshua Jackson, and Jonathan Snow have been our camera assistants. I'd like to say thanks to all of them for making this game possible.
And the man you've been hearing on the play-by-play is Brian Reeves.
And Mark Clark is the color commentary.
Well, Brian, this is a special game apparently for the Nettleton fans. I noticed there's a lot of fans in the bleachers, a lot of guys that have their old Nettleton jerseys on. I haven't heard anybody say anything about any special thing, but apparently it means enough to them for them to wear their old jerseys.
Well, this is the big rivalry for both schools, so this probably brought out lots of memories of days gone by.
Well, apparently the Westside crew knew what was coming, because I don't see any males on the other side that look like Westside alumni that are wearing Westside jerseys. Onside kick. Westside may recover it.
Nettleton takes over at the 47-yard line of Westside.
And like I said, Brian, Nettleton is just going to go to one knee
Westside's
and
onside
let the game
kick
end.
recovered by Clint Whitmire for the Raiders.
Coached over a real classy guy. Pleased with everything he's seen from his guys tonight.
Clock starts, 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. McMillan leads the Raiders back to the line of scrimmage for the last play of this ball game. McMillan takes a knee. And that's the ball game.
The final score,
47-7, our final score. Nettleton beats Westside.
Well, Brian, the game was everything the scoreboard shows it to be. It was a
In a very important 3AA North game next
game
Friday
that
night,
was dominated
the Nettleton Raiders will be hosting the Highland Rebels.
on all sides of the ball by Nettleton. They've got another huge game next week against Highland. Highland was 1-0 in the conference coming in tonight. I don't even know who they were playing, but Highland, along with Nettleton and Pocahontas, are probably the three favorites in the conference. So Nettleton, another big game they really need to win.
Nettleton improves to 1-1 in the conference, and Westside falls to 0-2. It's been a good ball game, Mark.
Well, a good ball game for Nettleton, Brian. I'm sure Coach Dover saw a lot of good things, and like I said, they were glad to get a game like this because they've had 4 real tough weeks, tough games. Glad to get the win. Getting ready for big game next week against Highland. And we're getting ready for the big game against Cabot for Jonesboro High School next week, Brian.
That's right. We'll be bringing that to you from Cooksey Johns Field as the Nettleton players say a prayer to the Lord, saying thank you for the victory. And that'll just about do it for Brian Reeves and Mark Clark on the Axe 15 Network.
Scores 47-7.
We'll see you next week.